Hey everyone, this is Lord Shadrach making a quick video response to Jordan Owen about his video regarding neurotypicals and how they act around autistic people. First of all, Jordan, I want to say your outfit was stylish, dude. You definitely were rocking out in that outfit. In fact, me and a lot of people actually think you look awesome in that video. If you ask me, if I saw it, I would have thought, damn, this guy must be someone important. I would have thought you were a businessman, a professional, a coder, or a wealthy millionaire. Hell, make it a billionaire, dude. You looked fucking awesome in that outfit. As for the bracelet, I'm quite certain it probably would have been like a medical bracelet or just some jewelry, If some idiots want to make accusations, that's their problem, not yours. All the jackasses that you talked about that took your words out of context and everything, I think they were just a bunch of trolls wanting to stir up something, or a bunch of idiots that intentionally took your words out of context, or just people who took your words out of context in general. Even if you are autistic, it don't bother me none. I think you're a great guy. I think you're pretty cool and awesome, dude. I really do. Despite our disagreements on a couple of things, but that's another topic for another day, I really think you're a great guy. You're a great writer, a talented musician, and one hell of an awesome YouTuber. So don't worry about all these idiots, Jordan. I know you've had a bunch of run-ins with a couple of morons, but that again is another topic for another day. But I think those idiots that were taking your words out of context either were just trolls wanting to stir up trouble, or they were just taking your words out of context in general. Now, as for the asymmetrical thing about eyebrows and everything, neurotypicals as myself and a lot of other neurotypicals out there will probably tell you, we're victims of that pseudoscience as well. Because pseudoscience, when it comes to how a person looks, is just, ridiculous. And it goes, according to my experience, it goes across the board. You got people making accusations like, for example, and I'm just saying this as an example, by the way, someone assumes, an Italian person, they must be a mafioso. Oh, that person's in the theater, they must be gay. Or what's another good example? Oh, that person's an Irishman or an Irish woman, they must be a redheaded drunk or some crazy stereotypical nonsense or pseudoscience nonsense like that, That's just an example, by the way, Jordan, in case you watch this video and you want to use, this as a response, But anyways, as for why there's a lot of LGBTQ stuff associated with autism and a lot of autism associated with LGBTQ stuff, and I'll even post some links to it, but actually there's a higher prevalence, a higher instance of autism in LGBTQs and a lot of LGBTQs that are more likely to be autistic. Now, about what you were asking about hugs, about why patting someone on the back is something that's alien to you. And I'm reading my notes, by the way, which one I'm looking down, because I wrote my notes because I'm not as articulate as you are. In fact, a lot of YouTubers refer to their notes like me. But anyways, I wrote, when it comes to patting someone on the back with a hug, it means something along the lines of like showing support or sympathy, or out of habit because some people are touchy-feely, or some people say, hey, the hug's gone on for too long. Those are and based on what I Googled, based on what I've spoke to people, those right there are the reasons why people sometimes will pat people on the back when they give hugs. Just so you know that. It's not to put you down or anything like that. I just figured I'd explain it to you. I'm just zooming in. But anyways, I hope you're doing good. I really do, Jordan. You're a great guy. I have great respect for you, great admiration for you as a human being. And I don't know if it was Churchill or Roosevelt, or I don't know who said this exactly, Churchill or Roosevelt, that said of the other, it's fun being in the same decade as you. In fact, Jordan Owen, I'm very blessed and honored to be in the same time period with all this technology, to be in the same decade as you. You're a great guy. Despite our disagreements and I'm not going to touch on them in this video, I really think highly of you. You know, if people like H Bomber Guy want to talk shit, that's their problem, not yours. And when I saw your bullying videos, let me just tell you, that was your TED Talk. That was your crowning moment of awesomeness. I'm sorry you had to go through such shit. But I know people that if they went through what you went through, they would have been fighting for their lives. And I mean really fighting. Because I know people like that. Let me put my notes aside. I just think you're a great guy, Jordan. I really do. Despite the number of disagreements I've had with you, I love your content. I love your videos. I even had a dream where I met you in Mitzi once. And that's an awesome dream. I hope it becomes a reality someday. Now I know my conservative viewpoints are off-putting to you, and I disagree with your liberal viewpoints. I'm actually a centrist, center-right, by the way, a centrist conservative, more accurately. But I like you. I really do, Jordan. I like you as a person. I like you as a fellow human being. I really do. When I first saw you on YouTube, and it was one of your videos back in the day where you were blasting Venom Fang X, I really liked the message you had. So much that I gave it 5 stars. This was back when YouTube did the 5-star ratings. And one of my fellow Christians asked me, why did you give Jordan Owen's video such high rating? And I said, number one, I liked the energy he had, and number two, I hate it when Christians come off holier than thou. And that was a video where you were, at the time, blasting Venom Fang X because of something he allegedly said to you. And that's how I found you. But now that you've come to know Christ, you know, and that you told me about your story, and I watched that video of yours time and again, it's a great video to see how you came to know Jesus. But still, you're a great guy, a phenomenal person. And what Harlan Ellison stories would you recommend for me? The only thing about Harlan Ellison that I do know of is the Star Trek episode City on the Edge of Forever. I actually want to read the original before Gene Roddenberry screwed it up, if you know what I mean. But anyways, I hope everything is going well in your life. I really do. Because you're a great guy. You really are. What more can I say about you? What more can I already add? I like you, Jordan. I really do. If you want to watch some of my films, you can. You can watch some of my YouTube movies that I did, and you can critique them. Swift Indigo, Agent Interrogation. What was another? All my movies. Arkham Patrol. If you want to watch that one as well, you might get a quick laugh out about it. Even my defense of Freckled Zelda, if you're interested in that. I mean, hey, pretty cool. What else can we talk about in this video? It's just so freaking awesome. You're a really great guy. How did you come across Harlan Ellison? You wrote letters to the man, and he was like a mentor to you. So how'd you get a hold of him? I would have loved to have written letters to Kurt Vonnegut, but unfortunately he died in 2007, so I'm out of luck. And Michael Crichton died a year later in 2008, so I guess I don't have any famous authors I'm into right now. So hopefully I can establish a correspondence with Buzz Dixon, who was a writer on the G.I. Joe cartoon. And that's, hopefully, that's something I'm planning. But anyways, what else do you want to talk about? What else can we discuss? If you want to make a video response to me, I welcome it. I really do. Because you're phenomenal. Anyways, Jordan, have a great day. Take care. God bless.